Welcome to the heart of the Motor City, y'all. Detroit fan form, we answer the call. From the grit and the grind to the wins we embrace. We showing mad love, let's set the pace. From downtown lights to the neighborhood crew. Red Wings, Pistons, Tigers, too.
All right, welcome back to the Fan Forum podcast, and we're going to call this the what do you want to call this? The playoff bracket pick'ems,
this is like the January Madness.
Yeah, the January Madness. So what Hitch and I are going to do is we're going to give you our opinion of how we think things are going to play out. Obviously, there's going to be some Lions bias, which we all know. But on the AFC side, we're going to give you our unbiased opinion. We're going to make it nice and quick. But I think we just want to give you kind of a feel of where we think things are going to go. And I know some people that are listening have been kind of giving me some of their opinions. So, Hitch, let's just start it off with Rams Vikings. What do you think? And I'll give you my opinion if I think you're wrong. But
okay, yeah. Well, I think what we saw
Rams.
I think Vikings. What we saw last week, I don't think
Darnold's Vikings. Okay,
I do. I don't think Darnold's going to do it again. A bad game like that. I think they're going to lean on the defense. I think they're going to clean up a lot of the bad throws that he made, simplify it back a little bit. Remember that we are, in fact, talking about Sam Darnold, and they're going to strip it back, and I think that they can beat the Rams.
Now, do you think they can beat the Rams, a team that is going to be, obviously, they're going to be playing at home, and they're going to be, Matthew Stafford's a gunslinger. He's going to try to put 42 points up. Can you outscore him? And is this Matthew Stafford's last year? So is this his last hurrah?
You very well
want to say Vikings?
It very well might be his last game, but when you start talking about home field advantage, I don't feel like LA. I don't feel the LA teams are struggling, right? They're struggling with attendance. Doesn't matter if they're good or bad. They're not going to have this overwhelming home field advantage that you would have in a Detroit or a Chicago or a San Francisco. I'm still going Rams. Or I'm sorry, I'm still going Vikings.
Vikings it is. Okay, so we're going to go Lions, Vikings. God damn it. All right, Bucks, Commanders.
So this one's real interesting to me. You have like the upsurging quarterback on one side. You have the young rookie who is really playing well on the other. I think once you start really breaking it down and looking at these rosters, I think you probably go Bucks.
I'll agree with that, and I'm going to give my buddy JT some love here. He's a huge Bucks fan. He's been instrumental, Hitch, in the evolution of this podcast. So we'll give him some love, and hey, they beat us. And you're right, Commanders are a hot team. We'll see them next year, though. They're going to be a little bit hotter next year.
They have a bright future.
Bright future, and thanks for beating the Eagles. Eagles, Packers. This used to be a simple question or an easy. This would have been a little bit more complicated, I should say. But there's a wide receiver for the Packers, Christian Watson, that the ugliest person in the NFL. He's out. He's done. And
Packers are at home, correct?
Packers are Eagles. I don't want to screw this one up.
Let's see.
Nope, Eagles.
Okay, I'm going to give it. I was prepared to give this one to the home team, so I'm going to go Eagles.
You're going to go Eagles? Okay.
Tough place to play. I'll go Eagles.
Okay. All right, so let's stay while we're on the NFC, then we'll switch over to the AFC. Actually, let's go back over to the AFC. So this one to me is the seeding, I think, looks wrong, but if you see the way they're playing, I think this is an easy one, in my opinion, with Chargers over Texans. How do you feel on this?
Chargers are certainly trending up at the exact same time that Houston is struggling and kind of trending down. I'm not
Harbaugh's got the high five.
I'm not a big Harbaugh fan at all, but I think that this might be a Harbaugh win.
He's done a nice job turning that team around from Brandon Staley.
Yep, for sure.
Got rid of two big assets.
Yep.
Oh, I'm trying to click our screen. Here I am, clicking the wrong screen. All right. Ravens, Steelers.
Ravens.
Again, I think this is kind of laid out. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Sorry, Franco, and I'm sure he'll agree with me. But
that is such a storied matchup. That's a game that I will watch every snap of. It should be a good one, but the Ravens are just kind of unstoppable.
Yeah, they're looking really good.
Yep.
All right, this one's for Wayne, man. Bills Broncos.
Oh,
What do you
well,
think? I would pick.
I think we're on the same page. I'll let you say it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd pick the Bills in this situation.
Yep, same. Not just my Josh Allen love, but
Bills all day. Pretty
it's a
simple, easy one.
mismatch. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, the Broncos are far from an opportunity to beat the Bills if you're throwing the Bills.
What the
Okay, so
Broncos
this
what
is
the
literally
Broncos did this year was great, and the Broncos are trending in the right direction, but the Bills are still a powerhouse.
Yeah, you can't. How about this? They haven't done enough yet to beat the Bills. I agree.
How about that?
All right, so now we're sitting with Lions, Vikings, Eagles, Bucks, Bills, Ravens, Chiefs, Chargers, which I think you can't put a lot of holes through that. I think the AFC, in my opinion, is a little easier to map out. The NFC, I think there's going to be some if and or, but we're sticking with this.
Yeah,
All right, Lions,
I haven't
Vikings.
looked at the early spreads or anything like this, but I would have to imagine that this is pretty close to the national consensus.
I would think so too. The storybook too could either be, Stafford coming to LA or coming to Detroit again, or it could be the rematch, right? The big
Right.
rematch, Lions Vikings. I'm picking Lions in this situation.
As am I.
I'm still confident we can beat the Vikings again.
Did
Eagles
you hear?
Bucks, man, this is a game that I would like to actually watch.
Let's go back 1 second. Did you hear what Dan Campbell said at the end of the game? He met at the 50-yard line to shake all the coaches' hands, and he whispered, "We'll see you in 2 weeks." So Dan Campbell
you go.
thinks that they're playing the Vikings.
Okay, well then, in Dan Campbell we believe in too, just like in Brad we trust. So we play the Vikings again. That's great. Eagles Bucks, man. What do you think?
Home field would have to be Eagles, right?
Yep,
Eagles.
Eagles.
I like the Bucks. That could be a toss-up, I guess, but I'm going to go Eagles.
Okay.
What do you?
Now you've
where's
got
your head
Chiefs
at here?
Chargers.
Chiefs Chargers.
Dude, that's one where I really think. I think. Hold on, back to Eagles Bucks. Where's my head at? I think it's what team really do I want to see us play? Bucks beat us once. I do know we can beat them again if we play them again.
Yeah.
I would love, honestly, for us to see the Eagles and just stomp them out.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts in his concussion protocol. My storybook again. I mean, we've been hyping it up. I've been hyping it up. All the Eagles talk. So, yeah. Sorry, JT. I think it's going to be Eagles. Lions,
right.
Eagles. Chiefs, Chargers. Another one where I think this is going to be hard for me because I'm so anti-Chiefs right now, and I think a lot of us are. Realistically, I don't see Harbaugh beating Andy Reid in this one. What about you?
I don't either, and I think if you had to face the Chiefs in the playoffs, this would be the year that I would want to do it.
Yeah.
The margin of victory on the Chiefs side is all but non-existent. They're getting lucky, weird wins. I can't speak to the difficulty of their schedule because I try to kind of avoid watching their games, but I think they've been there before. They know how it's done. You got the Andy Reid factor. I think you got to go KC.
Give me the cheeseburgers. All right, so here comes the big one, Bills Ravens. I mean, this is another huge matchup, game you'd want to watch every snap. You might find you in the locker room after trying to kiss Josh Allen.
It's a tough one, and this is hopefully, if it comes to this would be a game for the ages. I think I go Ravens, honestly.
What? Okay.
Until somebody finds a way to stop Jackson, coupled with Henry, with that offensive line, Patrick Queen is back to form. Well, let's see. They had some injuries in week 18, which were unfortunate, but I think they have two wide receivers. One of them isn't going to be able to play, but two wide receivers that are panning out, to say the least. Bateman, I think, is that Flowers and Bateman. Bateman had a great year. He's pivotal to this offense. He stayed healthy. I think it's Ravens.
Okay. I can't argue with this. This is kind of why I don't want to taint it with my logic. I put two of these together before. So
Okay.
I want to see what your your opinion is on this one. Get
Sure.
the Hitch effect, right? So,
Sure.
Lions beat Eagles. Do you disagree?
Oh yeah, I think Lions beat Eagles.
Okay,
I think that
Chiefs
we could
Ravens
beat the Lions could beat any team in this bracket, and I think the only teams that you could say that about would be the Bills or the Ravens.
So, do you think this is Chiefs Ravens? What do you think? Is this Chiefs or is this Ravens?
I think it's Ravens.
You think it's Ravens? Okay,
I do.
so we're gonna see a Lions Ravens Super Bowl.
I mean, from a cakewalk standpoint to where I would like to see us place an AFC team in the Super Bowl, I don't love the idea of playing the Ravens, but being realistic and looking at this bracket as it stands, it's finalized. I think that this is as likely as anything else. I mean, I think they're the two best teams of each conference.
I mean, at this point, Hitch, there's no wrong answer right now. I mean, we're in Wildcard week.
Yep.
We haven't even got into it, right? We still have a couple of days. So I just wanted to come on here real quick and get your opinion so that when it plays out, now we've got something that we can reference each week.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be getting on, during this first week for these games, these Rams Vikings games, Bucks Commanders. So now we can kind of see, hey, where are we at with this? Where does the fan forum bracket line up with reality? And are we predicting the future?
Sure. I mean, we've been pretty rock solid, making some bold predictions throughout the whole season.
Yeah.
Obviously, we wouldn't be doing this if we didn't want the Lions to go. But I mean, any team here has almost as good a chance as any. But I could see this coming to fruition.
And this is why.
You guys look like you remember who the you are.
Yep.
Because we look like who that we are.
What do you think here about a Lions Ravens in New Orleans Super Bowl?
That would be phenomenal. That would probably be your 42-38 or that would be a high scoring Super Bowl. That would be awesome. Honestly, give me any of these teams in the AFC. I'm not afraid to play any of them. I respect all of them, but I'm not afraid to play them.
Yeah.
I'm really not. We've beat the Chiefs before. If there's ever a team that I'm honestly a little bit more nervous about, it would be the Ravens. But we've played the Bills. We can hang with them. We've beat the Chiefs, right? And the Chargers, I'm really not too worried about. If it's Chargers Lions Super Bowl, that would be pretty freaking wild. But I don't see that happening.
Any team that gets there all the way there is so dangerous, and I always feel like these games could almost go either way, right? It should be the best of the best. I'm looking at this is in fact the game. I'm feeling like 38-31 Lions.
38-31.
Yeah. Something will happen that would surprise us. Doesn't matter who we're playing or who is playing in the Super Bowl. Something is going to happen that'll surprise us. Somebody will get injured. Somebody will step up and have a big game. Something's going to happen in every round that surprises us. But if this is the case, this is going to be a good game. I don't see any way, win, lose, or draw, that anybody says, "Oh God, remember that shitty Super Bowl." I would love to see this. I would love to see us play any one of these teams in the Super Bowl. We get to the Super Bowl, we have a chance to win.
I love it. All right. Well, thank you for coming on and giving us your opinion. And like I said, dude, next week we'll get back on and we'll see where we're at.
Yeah, I love this. This will give us something to look back at here and track a little bit, and we'll see. And we'll post this little quick episode to the fan forum and all the other spots, and let's hear from the forum. Get on here and tell us if you think we're idiots or if you think the Chargers are awesome, or let's get the engagement going.
Yeah, let's make some. Hitch brings up a good point. Let's get some comments. Let's maybe post your bracket. I mean, it's on ESPN. It's a pigskin bracket challenge. Post it to the fan forum. I want to see what everybody else thinks. So you guys are all opinionated out there.
Once the playoffs actually start, we'll look at the lines and the spreads, and we might be able to reevaluate this a little bit. But this is what we're putting out there now. This is the way we think this is going to play out. So, or the way that I think it's going to play out.
All right. Well, I said it before. Aliens are real, and the Lions are going to win the Super Bowl.
Yes, sir. Let's see what happens.
All right. Peace, Hitch. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Welcome to the heart of the Motor City, y'all. Detroit fan form, we answer the call. From the grit and the grind to the wins we embrace. We showing mad love, let's set the pace. From downtown lights to the neighborhood crew.